Hey everybody, this is Clark Harvey from Arrowhead Talent Solutions. I'm here in my home office in North Canton. Beth Johnson in the Office of Career Readiness at Walsh asked that I share some information with you today about how to create an elevator speech. So I'm looking forward to sharing those tips and tricks here with you today in this short video. Before we get moving though, I just want to wish you all well, and wherever you are, hope you're staying safe through all the coronavirus and quarantine efforts. So looking forward to, again, sharing this info with you. Just a couple quick things about elevator speeches is that you can use these in a variety of contexts. So the classic example, of course, is if you're riding in an elevator with somebody you want to make a good impression on, you should have something ready to say to that person. But can be used beyond an elevator, obviously. If you're meeting someone at a networking event, if you're at a career fair, if you just happen to run into somebody randomly in line at Starbucks, I mean, you can use your elevator speech in a variety of different contexts, and it can help you most certainly make connections with people in a clear and positive and succinct way, and make the right impression and help you land the job. So an elevator pitch can be used, like we said, in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different contexts. Just a couple quick pointers about an elevator speech is that it should be brief. I would say no more than 30 seconds. And if folks are asking you for additional information after you finish your pitch, then by all means go for it. But keep it brief. An elevator pitch should also include basic information about you. So think about it like this: who you are, what you want, and what you're good at. So again, who you are, and I'll switch the order here: who you are, what you're good at, and what you want. Those would be three key points to include in pretty much every elevator speech that you're going to do. Now, I wouldn't suggest that anybody do this without practicing. The more you practice an elevator speech, the more confident and prepared you're going to feel. So just do it in front of a mirror at home. Practice your pitch, and then craft and refine that until you feel comfortable sharing that out in public at a career fair or something along those lines. But again, always make sure that you prepare the speech ahead of time and don't try it off the cuff, because that can lead to some pretty bad results sometimes. And I've seen that plenty of times as an employer myself, with students that have come up to me and asked about job opportunities. If you're not prepared, the results are not going to be nearly as good. So again, who you are, what you're good at, what you want. Another thing to note is to read the room, kind of like I mentioned a little bit before. If you're talking and you can tell by body language that someone's leaning in, really making eye contact, not looking away, not fidgeting with papers, that person's probably interested and definitely wants to hear more. But if someone, you can tell you're kind of losing their attention a little bit, maybe you want to back off and keep the elevator pitch more brief. So read the room. Don't ramble. When you're doing an elevator speech, it's important to be clear, concise, to the point, and be direct with the information you're trying to convey. Don't start a sentence and then just hope you catch it somewhere along the lines and just ramble incoherently. That's not going to make the right impression. You want to slow down too. A lot of times when you're speaking in public or just speaking in general, your mind moves very fast because you're a little bit nervous. So a way to combat you talking too fast and rambling is to consciously take deep breaths, slow yourself down, slow down the pace of your speech, and of course smile. When you're introducing yourself to other people, trying to make the right impression, you want to smile, you want to present cheer, optimism, and confidence throughout the elevator speech. So if you're frowning, you look like you're concerned or upset or just really stressed, and you're carrying that on your face, people will notice that and pick up on it. And generally, people want to see positivity and warmth and engagement and confidence from you. That will make a good impression, along with the strong content, hopefully, that your speech has. So just to give you a couple ideas, at least one example of how you could use an elevator speech is if you're at a career fair and someone says, well, hey, Clark, tell me about yourself. What are you looking for? Then you can be prepared with a quick and easy elevator speech. So you could say something like, hey, I'm Clark. I'm going to graduate in May of this year with a communications degree. I've had 3 internships in public relations, marketing, and advertising. Looking to get into a communications position with a large corporation upon graduation, and I'm willing to relocate anywhere. Something like that can get your major points across. You keep it brief to the point. While I'm doing that, I can read the room, make sure that the person I'm talking to is engaging with me and still seems interested, and then I'll just kind of stop and let that sit there. And if the person I'm talking to wants more information, then he or she will prompt me to do so. And so if they say, tell me more about your internships, well, obviously you can just say, well, last year I had an internship at a hospital in public relations. Here's what I did there. I really enjoyed it because of X, Y, or Z. And you can kind of see how the conversation will flow from there as a result of a good elevator pitch. So just to conclude, elevator pitch should be brief. You got to rehearse it, who you are, what you're good at, what you want, and I really believe that a really good, strong, solid elevator speech is going to help you land your job. I wish you all the very best of luck in your job search, and go Cavs.